Straight ahead on this special edition of OC News, incarceration has continued to increase over the years. Many formerly incarcerated individuals have found it challenging to adjust back into society. Learn what program is helping them. Very few females pursue a career in the music industry. We have the story of one individual who achieved success as a female DJ. In the holiday spirit already? Discover what new attraction has taken over Citrus Street. This and much more. OC News starts right now. Welcome to this special edition of OC News. I'm Carson Montano. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton. In this episode, we dive deeper into a few issues that have particular interest in our campus and our local community. We take a closer look into what the silent killer is and how this is affecting many college students. Our reporter Alondra has more on this story.
Depression is the most common health problem for college students. The stigma around depression makes it difficult for students to address the issue. Many suffer in silence, making it the silent killer. I spoke to someone about what it takes to speak up. Sadness and grief are normal human emotions. Everyone experiences them from time to time. However, depression is much more than that. Suicide is the second leading cause of death among college students. Statistics show that 1,000 students take their lives each year on college campuses. It can really happen to anyone, but the stigma around depression prevents students from getting help. Madeline Rodriguez had reached a point where she knew it was time to speak up.
So I got diagnosed about a year ago. It really sort of started when I was about 18. I was having a lot of trouble with my ex, and that kind of pushed me over the edge, and that's when I started getting deeper into that depression. I started like self-harming, feeling sort of guilt, worthlessness. I decided I wanted to go to the hospital to get that help. And when I went at the hospital, they recommended a program, and I ended up going to that program. It was a crisis residential home. I stayed there for 2 weeks, and that's where I got diagnosed with depression.
Speaking up about what you feel can be hard, but it can be the red flags your loved ones need to help you. Colin Onaga, a close friend of Madeline, speaks about those red flags.
So I would try and let her talk as much as I could, but I'm not professional, so I don't have the means of helping her that much. But she felt like as if no one needed her in the world is the feeling she would describe, or she would go home and she would think, oh, my parents don't care, my sister doesn't care, just things like that, where she wouldn't feel like she was needed.
Madeline is now taking sertraline, an antidepressant, and has found outlets that help her cope.
Some outlets that I have to sort of get rid of that feeling is music. I like to songwrite a lot. I recently got back into it. Sometimes I'll just play my guitar, or just listening to music really helps me out.
Together, we can end the stigma and help those affected in our lives.
If people want to help me out, they don't necessarily have to like go to therapy with me or like be there all the time, like not 24/7. As long as they try to understand and just sort of offer that support, letting me know that they're there, it really helps a lot.
Resources are everywhere, online and even at school. You can check out the Wellness Center on campus to help take the first steps.
You know, what's so crazy to think is that people don't always understand that people have, school, work, family issues, friendship issues, relationship issues. So where would you recommend somebody who starts getting symptoms of depression, where would they take their first steps of going?
Definitely the Wellness Center here on campus. They offer counseling, workshops, and even support groups so you don't feel alone.
Awesome, thank you so much. Next we go to our reporter Dominic, who has information on formerly incarcerated students who have a chance for an education right here on campus.
For the past decade, incarcerated rates have remained stubbornly high for those who stay out of prison. They have the added burden of reintegrating into a society that doesn't always accept them. These formerly incarcerated people don't go away. Instead, they live among us. Some as students here on campus. This is Project Rebound.
I'm struggling here right now at Cal State Fullerton. It's very different being in a graduate program, and I don't have a big social network here. I've noticed people are shocked when I tell my story.
There's a huge stigma attached to being formerly incarcerated.
Recidivism rates remain stubbornly high in California, making way for more than 50% of inmates to serve another sentence. Project Rebound is a statewide program that strives to assist recently incarcerated people to get through higher education and more. For these students, Project Rebound is a rest stop with emotional relief, stress management, and support.
I think just faith building. It gives me faith in myself.
Life-changing.
It helped me become really comfortable in my own shoes. I no longer fear people finding out about my background.
Rebound scholars begin from the point of communication, even behind a cell.
And they write knowing that a program like Project Rebound can help them, like as they, come home, re-enter society, and continue their education.
Project Rebound has surpassed barriers with over 50 students at CSUF and a 99% graduation rate statewide.
I think that it's society's rejection of us that drives us back for the most part, because when we've been inside, we already don't know how to live out here. We don't know how to be parents. We don't know how to get to doctor's appointments or, work sometimes, because in prison, everything is laid out for us.
Dawn says that we need to train the next generation to be more supportive and understanding of people's past, just like Project Rebound.
We just want to do the right thing, and we just want to be understood though at the same time, and we have some limitations that others might not.
I'm going to encounter discrimination, and Project Rebound has really equipped me with the skills.
These stories are really inspiring to see. It shows that no matter what people go through, success can always be accomplished.
After talking to these people, society's reaction must really take a toll on their identity. What do you find, Dom, with this whole thing?
It's really important for us not to generalize person's identity with their past incarcerations. All of the people that I spoke to made it a point to me that they cannot be defined by their previous incarceration.
That is so awesome, thank you. Next we go to our reporter Gunnar, who has a lot more information on vaping amongst college students.
Every day, more and more reports are coming in of serious damages happening to vapors. Vaping was supposed to be an alternative to smoking tobacco cigarettes, but these devices are causing severe damage and even death to its users. I went out to find out why everyone is so obsessed with these killer devices.
Vaping, drooling, smoking, or whatever word they're using for it, everyone is doing it and it could be ruining your body. More and more reports are coming revealing the damage done to people's bodies from vaping, whether it's articles, news packages like this one, or even podcasts. Australian science journalist Wendy Zuckerman's Science Versus targets controversial topics and debunks them with science. She educates us on how many have been hurt from vaping and defines vaping.
Last few months, more than 1,600 people have been injured from vaping. And vapes, for the uninitiated, are battery-powered devices that heat up a liquid. That liquid can be full of nicotine, flavours or THC. The heat turns that liquid into an aerosol, so then you can inhale it. Quarters of the vapes he tested had vitamin E acetate in them, and the amount of it was really high.
The very first card that I tested jumped out at 30%, and instrument just lit up like crazy. Oh my God, that's when it hit us that, wow, this is bigger than we thought.
One lab has tested a vape that had 88% vitamin E acetate in it.
Now, neither Zuckerman's investigations nor the CDC can confirm vitamin E as the main culprit. Now, vitamin E acetate is not the only possible suspect, and Zuckerman explains how her research has also led to the discovery of another possible threat in vaping: pesticides.
100% of them contain pesticides, and not just one pesticide, but a myriad of pesticides.
Legal weed vapes are regulated, so there's very few pesticides allowed in them.
And on average, how many different pesticides did you see in one vape?
On average, we were seeing about at least 5.
But when a farm worker in Japan sprayed that pesticide without protective clothing, he started sweating and vomiting, and by the end of the week, he had died.
For one dang vape card, you get more vitamin E and pesticides into your lungs than you do THC.
The cigarettes have been around for decades, but the Juul was only released in 2015, which is why we got indefinitely decide that vitamin E acetate and pesticides are the leading cause and reason for the death and injuries caused by vaping. But it needs to be today that we join organizations like Cal State Fullerton to create clean air environments and to educate ourselves and the loved ones around us who are falling victim to the vaping trap, so that we can put these vices where they belong, into the trash. Reporting for OC News and wanting a cleaner, fresher future, I'm Gunnar Texera. If you or someone you know is getting involved with vaping, please advise them to avoid this terrible addiction because it could be life-threatening.
I have a friend group that, they stay to vaping all the time, and I've told them over and over again to stop, but, how many lives have actually been lost to vaping?
so many more are being lost every single day, and they keep finding more and more reports, but it's still increasing every day of how many people could be lost to it.
Coming up, curious to know what female DJ has succeeded in the music industry? All this and more right when we get back from the break.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Can you name any mainstream female DJs off the top of your head? If you're having trouble, don't fret. I got the inside scoop on the struggles of being a woman in the industry.
DJing. A world of hard-hitting drops and seamless transitions. Lively to almost incoherent audiences. And beams of light flashing through the air. Despite the turnout of die-hard and devoted female attendees, there seems to be a major lack of female representation in this industry. But there's one DJ who wants to change these demographics. Diana Pacheco, or DJ Cozy Spice, a graduate from the Academy of DJs Season 8. Can she break through this glass ceiling of the world of DJing? Diana has never questioned her abilities to either DJ or achieve any other goals she has in mind.
I'm pretty musically inclined and I know a lot of music, so I just started getting the idea, like, you know, like these people can DJ, I'm pretty sure I could too. And then I discovered Academy of DJs.
Academy of DJs, a place where aspiring DJs call a second home. This is an Orange County-based DJ school, teaching fundamentals of DJing in the modern-day industry. I then sat down and discussed with Diana why she thought there was such a major lack of representation among female DJs.
So, I want to hear your opinion on why you think there seems to be a major lack of representation among female DJs.
So, I feel like I've definitely noticed that a lot of female DJs are more on the rise, and that makes me really happy because I feel like the world of DJing is such a male-dominated space, and I'm really happy to see like girls putting themselves out there, making a name for themselves in a world that's basically a majority male. I definitely want to see more, and I definitely want to see like a really big name female DJ because, you know, like if you were to ask someone that, they probably wouldn't be able to name it because, you know, you don't ever see them around. Yeah, I definitely see a bright future for female DJs. DJing wise, I feel like it shouldn't be shrunk to just like a male stereotype, like usually the DJ is a male, blah, blah, blah. I feel like we should definitely open our minds more because female DJs are coming and they're coming fast. And yeah, that makes me really happy to see.
With her high spirits and steady confidence, Diana is surely to make it in the world of DJing.
If you like this type of music and want to support local women in this industry, follow DJ Cozy Spice at DJ Cozy Spice on Instagram.
I'm actually a huge fan of like EDM and DJs and stuff, but what's her next plans? What are her plans for the future from here on out?
Her plans are just to book some more gigs. There's going to be some here at school. There's some at the Esports Arena in Santa Ana, so she's got a lot coming up.
Very cool. That's so awesome. Next, we go to Alex, who has more information on the soccer team going to the national championship. Alex?
Our very own Cal State Fullerton men's club soccer team had an intriguing season this year. I wanted to take an inside look at what it takes to be a player on the club team and meet a few of the guys to hear their thoughts. Let's take a look.
It's been a rough season for the Cal State Fullerton men's club soccer team. Playing with a team featuring mostly freshmen, they knew winning games was going to be tough. But it gave student athletes from all walks of life an opportunity for more than just a game.
Well, for me personally, they provide me, as I said, with friends, but also like opportunity to go to support other clubs, where I can meet also like people from different clubs, so that expands my my friend circle. We do also some social events, volunteer events, so that's pretty interesting.
After failing to win the league, they still managed to play at the national championships in Round Rock, Texas. Things still didn't go well though.
On the first day, we unfortunately lost our first two games. First one to Cornell 2-1, second one in the evening to James Madison 2-0. And then on Friday morning, we defeated St. Edward's University by a score of 4-3. You know, talent can only take you so far at the collegiate club soccer level. It's where the veteran experience and that leadership and that mental toughness and discipline comes into play as well.
Luckily, there's more to the club than just their games.
Besides the fitness part, like I mean, my communication skills, like confidence in myself as well, because that's what sports and soccer gives you. So that for me is like the personal part also, and the social skills.
Despite the bad luck, the club team is always looking towards their future. With players graduating every semester, there's always room for the next great player.
Don't be scared to come out. Like, just talk to one of the guys or us, talk about like joining and stuff. It's really fun. Like, we travel a lot, we practice, hang out with the guys, and and we play other school, which I like, and also we travel too. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's only a matter of time until the Titans are back to winning ways. I'm Alex Armstrong DeHogue for OC News. As you can see, representing the university means a lot to these players. It's amazing what a couple of passionate students can achieve.
You know, I really didn't realize it was all student ran. That's so cool. How many times have they been to the national championship, Alex?
Well, since their founding in 2011, they've been to the national championship 7 years.
Wow.
4 years in a row, actually. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Next, we go to Angie about all Santa's helpers. Angie?
Santa and his helpers aren't the only ones making Christmas wishes come true. There's a little house in Old Town Orange that has transformed into a Christmas spectacle. Let's take a closer look at this miracle on Citrus Street.
With the lights off, it looks like a bunch of toys on the lawn. But when the lights come on, this house turns into a miracle on Citrus Street. For the past 10 years, Ben Sherry and his family have turned their home into a winter wonderland, equipped with over 10,000 lights that illuminate the home.
So when we moved here, I kind of got away from it for a while, and then I got the bug again, and I said, you know what, I'm going to start doing it again. So now we can't hardly do any more.
It takes a village to put together the Sherry household. Preparations begin as early as November and continue until December 1st.
3 weeks or so before Christmas, they come out from Mexico. Without them, I couldn't do it, but there's like 5 people that come, and then my wife and myself and a few other little people help once in a while. But the 5 people are our team, and without them, we could never do it.
Sherry's home features a 10-year-old Santa collection, a snowman collection, and his coveted Disneyland exhibit. But what makes this house stand out is the thousands of lights that illuminate the home.
I decided to do a lot of lights. And as you can see, like the tree, I said, if we're gonna do the tree, we're gonna do the tree. So there's gotta be 2,000 lights on that tree, just on the tree. And so then I thought the whole roof, rather than just around the roof, we do the whole roof. And then my brother-in-law made the star. That's a homemade star up there. And then my brother did a few things. I did a few things. And my daughter even did a few things. So there's been kind of like a family thing.
Lights and toys aren't the only things you can find at the Sherry household. For the 24 days leading up to Christmas, Sherry dresses as Santa and takes pictures with visitors outside his home for free.
As a matter of fact, at 6:30 every night, unless it's raining, 6:30 every night I come out here and sit. I got a real nice Santa outfit, and I do Santa from 6:30 till 9 every night, and if we have a lot of people, I might stay a little longer. And there's no charge or anything, we just let them come. Pretty wild sometimes, pretty cool. But the kids are just out of this world. I mean, we had a mailbox out there just for looks, but there was actually letters in the mailbox. Yeah, when I opened it up, I said, hey, there's actually letters in here. You know, it's like, wow.
The North Pole isn't as far away as we thought. Come by Santa's Stop in Old Town Orange and don't forget to drop off your letter. For OC News, I'm Angie Lanzaga.
Here's all you want, no money, no charge, everything's free, and enjoy everything here. That's why we're here.
Next time you're in Orange County, make sure to check out the Sherry House on Citrus Street.
Now, it looks like it took so much time to set up, but honestly, what's going to happen if the power goes out?
The power actually went out this weekend in the house. They call like emergency support, and some of them are actually replaced with like AA batteries, but that tree is out. It's out.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for joining us in this special edition of OC News, and we'll see you guys next semester. Have a good night.